Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. So today I posted on, sorry about the lighting by the way, should I sit back? It is very sunny, like the sun keeps coming in and out, so it's probably going to change throughout the video. It's fine. I actually posted on my Instagram that the people wanted to see a Saturday evening vlog or an advice Q&A kind of video. I was going to do it last weekend and I am sorry, I just felt like I needed a weekend of doing nothing, which is exactly what I did. I literally just didn't do anything, which it was really nice. But I have some questions that I'm going to talk about and I'm in my car, if you couldn't tell. I really enjoyed filming the Come Drive with me, the last one I did, which I think was about a month ago, maybe 5 weeks ago, and I thought, what can I do that kind of jazzes this up a bit, like makes it a bit more interesting? So I am going to be driving whilst I answer your questions. Don't worry, I'm not going to be looking at my phone. I have kind of sat down and thought about what I'm going to talk about, and if I need a reminder I will pull over and have a look. Don't worry, I'm not going to be on my phone while I'm driving. People go to drive-thrus. However, I just found McDonald's, as much as I was proud of myself for doing it, I was absolutely traumatized in that queue waiting, and I'm sure people weren't really taking notice, but I was traumatized. So I Uber Eats'd a Starbucks. I will let you know what I got. I've actually bought my own straw because they give you the paper ones and I know that they're good, but this is a glass one. I know they're good for the environment, but they are so annoying to drink out of. So I got a coffee frappuccino with almond milk, no caramel drizzle, no whipped cream. Oh, and I got sugar-free caramel. So usually if I get a frappuccino, I just get it like plain, just an almond frappuccino, because I know it has coffee syrup in it. But I felt like something sweeter because it's Saturday. They're quite sweet anyway, so this is probably going to be too sweet for me. But yeah, I just felt like treating myself because it is my like cheat day. So yeah. I also got a chocolate chip cookie because why not? She looks so good. I'm going to take a bit now. Whoops. There's a bug. Get out. So the question, so I put like a poll up on my Instagram and just kind of said like, what do people want advice on, and I got a real mixture of things. So the first one, which I need to give myself advice on, but like I have some tips that in recent months have been working for me. Somebody said about saving money. It's not easy, so I do completely feel people's pain. What I have been doing in recent months is I give my mum, I'm still living at home, I get paid monthly. When I get paid, I transfer straight off the bat money to her, and she is keeping that in a savings pot for me. I can't touch it, like it's my money. So she has, if I've asked for it, like last year, no, not, oh my god, not last year, the year before, I went to Bali. So I did, like I've used it for one, getting out my overdraft, booking holidays. So like it has come in handy, but it is actually meant to be for me going on holiday. No, it's not meant to be for me going on holiday, for buying a house. And I've got like, there's money saved in there. There's by no means like anywhere near what you need for a deposit, but like it's something, and it's something that because I can't see it, I'm not tempted to touch it. Take into account like how much you do earn, like your salary, whether you get paid weekly, what you can afford to put aside weekly, what outgoings you already have. So like I have my car and my phone that I pay for every month, so I always have to make sure that I put money aside for that, just stuff like that. And then once you actually start to look at what you are spending, and so initially at the beginning of every month I already put out the money that I know is going to be taken out, that is direct debits, so I can't touch that. And then what I have left over is what I distribute to different saving pots, and yeah, like the money I give my mum. So that would be my advice, is just kind of work out what you're earning and what you can afford to put aside, and kind of things that you prioritize and you feel you need money for, because everybody's different. I hope that was kind of helpful. That's kind of what I have been doing recently. Okay, so I did actually get one about starting university. Now, I know it must be very, very, very different, because obviously we have been in this pandemic, so it's not been like normal circumstances. It was more about like kind of the transition from sixth form, college, wherever you are, to uni, because it's a really big jump. Wait, let me just get off this roundabout because I am getting a bit distracted. Yeah, it's a big transition. Like, you go, like, especially if you're living in halls, that's another thing. You're living with people that you don't really know, and I can understand it can feel quite overwhelming. Yeah, everybody's different, and like, if you move into a flat, everybody, like, I was in a flat of 8, those 8 people were probably also nervous. It's like a big transition. You're gonna get to know each other, and like, there will be more confident people in that flat. Like any of the social situations, there will always be people that are more confident and a bit more outspoken, which if for me, being quite shy when I first meet people, that was really helpful, because you just had people to kind of carry the group, if that makes sense. It's really exciting. I know it's so nerve-wracking, but it is also a really, really exciting transition. With that being said, we are in the middle of a pandemic, which makes things very different. I am well aware. So what I'd say, if it were me right now, I know like we're in February now, but for anybody that's kind of looking to go in September, is thinking about it, anybody that has started and feels like they still haven't really met people, it's really hard to do that at the moment. So what I would do, and I know that it might be far out of people's comfort zones, but if there is anything, like whatever subject you're doing, or if you are joining societies, if they have anything going on virtually, like just anything that they plan, try and get involved in. Obviously, if you really don't want to do it, don't. I'm not saying like do everything, because I definitely didn't, but just because I know Zoom calls aren't the same, but if they're doing like pub quizzes or like Zoom meetings, just try and go, because you will meet people. And I know it's not the same, but just know, come summer, we are going to be hopefully on the up from this, and you will be able to meet people and you'll be able to mingle. It's pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, because going to uni is hugely out of your comfort zone. So it's just trying to connect with people, and the internet is a wonderful thing, because you can connect with people and get to know people just online. So if there are forums and Facebook groups and anything, I would just advise to join them, because like, I don't know if people that go in halls, how we knew that we were going to be living together. We found out our halls, and then you posted it, and then we had a Facebook group chat before we'd even started, and we were talking about like what subjects we're doing. So it was like you were kind of getting to know each other before you'd even met each other. So it's like same kind of thing, just for a little bit longer. I do hope that anybody that has started uni back in September is doing okay, and that anybody that is still at uni, that you're also doing okay, and hopefully soon you will be able to live your full uni lives again. I'm gonna answer that question. I'm just gonna have a nibble. Guys, this cookie, I don't think I've ever had a Starbucks cookie before. She's good. The next question I have kind of touched on in my Q&A, well, I did talk about it in my Q&A, is about advice on starting a YouTube channel and how to get confident talking to camera. I am not an expert, like I don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but I feel like I could kind of talk about like starting it, because I was really nervous. I think I said in my Q&A, just go for it. If you've been thinking about it, just do it, because I really don't regret it, and I really, really enjoy the filming, the editing. It's like become kind of a hobby of mine that I look forward to. So yeah, my advice would be just do it. Like honestly, your phone is enough. You can get tripods for your phone, and that camera quality is good. I just got a camera because I knew before I even started that I was going to enjoy it. And another thing, if you don't, you can sell stuff. Advice with talking to a camera, I still struggle sometimes because I'm just an awkward person, but at first I was very, very nervous and it felt very, very weird. Just get used to it. What I found very useful is when you watch back. So obviously you have to watch your videos back when you're editing them, and I always give it a run through when I've finished editing, and I will always have to go back in and kind of edit out a bit, like where I've maybe accidentally cut off a word, or but you can see how you talk, how you act, and I think the more you go along with filming, the more natural it becomes. It's not even been a year that I've been making videos. I think I started at the end of June last year, and I can already see that I look more comfortable. Like I feel more comfortable when I'm filming. Like I was sweating. My first video, I was sweating. Like, I'm not joking. I was so hot and sweaty because I was so nervous, like so like clammy, and I didn't need to be, because it's just, I think it's like the thought you are putting it out to the internet, and there are so many people on the internet. Like, you're in your room, you're talking to a camera, and I can tell, like when I watch it I was nervous, but like even since then it's not even been that long, and I mean you guys can also be the judge of this, but I feel like I've got more confident and a bit more at ease. If there's something you don't like for example your setup, like that, you can always change these things, and it is just a learning experience. So yeah, I'd say just always watch your videos back, and the more you do it, the more at ease you will get, and the easier you will find it. I hope that makes sense. Also, sorry, just a note, these questions are very random and they're not like related to any just one topic, so I hope that's okay, because I'm rambling on about a lot of different stuff. That was my aim. Right, so the next one I have is hair care, which, thank you, because I feel like that means that you like my hair. My hair is one thing that I, well, one, invest in, because obviously I get hair extensions, and two, really care about, because like I've said so many times in my videos before, I have very, very naturally fine hair, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that, but personally for me, I do want my hair to be thicker. I do want more volume in my hair. So if you invest, and it doesn't have to be super expensive products, but if you invest a little bit more in your hair care, you will thank yourself for it. What I use is, I for years have been using Bedhead, and it doesn't really matter to me what product I use from Bedhead. I typically use the Bedhead Dumb Blonde range because that is what they sell at Costco, but if I'm in Home Sense and they have, like, there's the blue bottle, I can't remember what that one's for, but just a Bedhead in general I use for my shampoo and conditioner. And then when I get out of the shower, I will always put some Moroccan oil through the ends of my hair. Now, Moroccan oil is a bit expensive. It is a bit expensive, like, I won't lie. I think it's about £32 for a bottle, which is not cheap, but it lasts you. It comes with a pump. You literally need 1 to 2 pumps, depending on how thick your hair is. You probably need more, or if you have short hair, probably need less. I'm not joking when I say it's such a game changer. Then what I do, I just put a bit of mousse in the roots of my hair, because it's quite flat at the top, I feel like sometimes, so I just like to try and help that out, and that's literally it. If it's a weekday, I let it dry naturally. If not, then I blow dry it just with a normal hair dryer, and then I will either straighten it or I curl it. Like today I've just run the tongs through it. The question was hair care, and I've gone on a right tangent. Just get to Moroccan oil if you want to get something that is going to help with your hair care routine. Oh, I swear by that stuff. So here's a bit more of a, like, not serious one, but like to do with health and mental well-being. So I had someone send in, what do you do to help yourself on down days or sad days, or days where you're just not really feeling 100% yourself? I think recently probably a lot of people have been going through that somewhat more than usual, because, like, for me personally, I just have found that if I Like usually if you feel a bit down or not yourself, sometimes it helps to go and talk to a friend or just to go out and distract yourself. And I understand that that has been really, well, it's kind of been actually impossible to do the last couple of months. So for me, I will either just ride it out and have a good cry, because sometimes you need to have a cry. Like, you don't want to be crying all the time, but sometimes it is just, sometimes you've just got to cry and let it out. But if I'm trying to kind of pick myself up, I will do something that makes me feel just a bit more myself, like kind of just lifts my mood naturally anyway. So like for me, it would be like sticking on nails or fake tanning. I know they all seem like vain things to do, but they are just things that are part of my like self-care routine that I enjoy doing. Or I will watch a film. Like, I don't know if anybody has Disney Plus, but I am still a huge Disney fanatic. I don't think I ever won't be. Yeah, reach out to people. Like, I know it's not the same not being able to go around and like chill with people, but you can still talk to people. Like, if you have the phone, if you have internet, just message one of your friends. When you are feeling like that, it's very hard not to get into a rut. I know like a lot of people's go-to reaction is bottling it up, but that doesn't help. And there are always, the way that you know that you will be there for your friends and listen to your friends, like, and your family, they will do the same for you, or they should do. I know my friends, if I am feeling down, I can just send them a voice message, they reply back, and you know, half the time people will have experienced the same kind of feelings at one point in their life, and they'll be able to advise you how they cope when they're feeling like that. So it's just kind of finding what works best for you. Then alternatively, like I said, sometimes I do just let myself have a big cry and I almost feel better after it. So yeah, following on from that, another question that I got was, how do you cope with overthinking? Now, I was actually talking to my friend about this earlier. Sometimes I talk and I think, why am I saying that, and just stop talking, cause, and then I will walk out and that will be all I think about for the rest of the day. I never used to struggle so much with overthinking and feeling worked up about things when I was younger. It's kind of come about as I've got older, which you'd think it would be the other way around. It's a hard one, because like I could now in my brain pick out the amount of times that I have overthought a situation or come away from something, and that completely plays in my mind, will affect my sleep. And sometimes they are really little things. Create scenarios in my head that, one, might not have happened, two, are not likely to happen, or three, have happened and you can't do anything about it. Now, sometimes things are out of your control, so what you got to focus on is the things that are in your control. It's so much easier said than done, and this is advice that I need to give myself. Just try not to let your brain overanalyze and make a scenario or situation explode. It's just one of those things that you've just got to try and kind of practice. And I should practice what I preach as well. I don't know if that was helpful, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is that I completely understand, because I go through it. Another thing which I saw on TikTok that I have actually found quite helpful, someone said, that thing that you're worrying about, that embarrassing thing that you've done, try and think of situations where your friend has done it, or someone, a stranger, has done something that you think, oh my god, that was so embarrassing. And I genuinely cannot think of an example. Like, I can't think of one time that I've walked away from a situation that my friend's been in, or someone that I don't know I've had a conversation with and thought, oh my god, they really embarrassed themselves just then. When I was watching it, I was like, that is it's true. That's a tasty noise. What else can we talk about? I do have a list, but I don't want to look at it because I'm driving and we don't want to car crash. Someone said how to deal with feeling pressure from social media to look a certain way. This is such an issue, especially because of, one, how many people have access to social media, and like, I had Instagram when I was, when did it first come out? Like, it must have been like maybe 12, 13. And I know that there wasn't such a thing as like influencers and people having it as their jobs back then, but as it's become so, it's just a very popular platform, but everybody is beautiful. Like, we are not all meant to look the same. You're identical twins unless you find like your doppelganger. So pressures of social media, just you shouldn't be made to feel like you're meant to look a particular way, and that's not what the platform is there for. But just try not to compare yourself to other people. Try not to get dragged into that hole of feeling shit about like what you see on social media and feeling like you don't look like that, and like that's what society expects, because society can be a bitch sometimes, and it can be very pressurizing because it just makes you feel rubbish. If you're comparing yourself and criticizing yourself, just no, I don't want that. And I don't want myself to do that either. So Coryn, take note, listen to yourself. Sorry if I'm not getting my point across or saying things correctly, because I don't want to offend anybody. Definitely not my intention, so I'm trying hard not to offend anybody. So please don't take offense to anything that I'm saying. So this one's kind of like about partners and girlfriends and boyfriends. Well, it was actually just someone saying that they're feeling pressured to keep up with their friends and they don't feel like they're at the same stage as their friends are at. Nowadays, I don't feel this pressure so much anymore, but growing up, I 100% did, like really did. But everybody's different. Everybody goes through experiences at a different stage in life. So like first boyfriends, first dates, just everybody hits that differently. Now, I have never been in a long-term relationship. Like that's something, and quite a few of my friends have been, or they are in long-term relationships since they were in secondary school. So like I'm at a like different stage than them. I think definitely growing up, like when I was in maybe like 16, 17, 18, and people were getting into relationships, I did feel a certain pressure and felt like I was behind. It's a bit of an isolating feeling, but it shouldn't be like that, like at all, because like I said, everybody goes through experiences in life at different stages and everybody is different. So it's the same with Instagram. Just don't compare yourself to how other people are living their lives. You do what makes you happy. Don't act on that pressure, because you don't want to do anything that, one, you feel uncomfortable about doing, and two, that you are going to be upset that you forced yourself into doing. Does that make sense? So yeah, speaking from experience, I do understand that sometimes you and it's one of those overthinking scenarios. Again, you do think about like where your friends are at and what your friends have done, like, and you haven't, and it is like your friends aren't going to judge you and you're not judging your friends. So just don't look at it like that, and just know that life is going to come to you the way that life is meant to come to you. So just enjoy it, and don't put pressure on yourself to be a certain way, act a certain way, do things by a certain time. Like, there is no time limit to when things need to be done. Like, yeah, I hope I'm making sense and I'm not just rambling and chatting shit. Somebody said that they are anxious about things opening back up and like the restrictions being lifted, and I do get that. My advice is, if you are not ready to integrate back into like life when it opens up, then just take your time and just do what makes you comfortable. Like for me, I have been traveling to and from London Monday to Friday since June last year, so I guess in a way I don't feel so much anxiety around being back on public transport, but again, like I don't sit next to anybody, we all have masks on, so I do think that will be quite weird when that isn't a thing anymore. But I'm sure the way that it's going to be done is there will probably still be people wearing them, do you know? So if you don't want to take it off, you don't have to take that mask off. It does make me feel a bit like, ooh, because we've got, for a year now, it's been embedded in us that we need to keep our distance from people. I agree, it is quite nerve-wracking. So the same way that we had to get used to the way that we are having to live our lives now, it's the same way. We're just going to transition into it, and everybody can do it at their own pace and just do what makes you comfortable. That might possibly be it. I hope that I've kind of touched on like a few of your questions. I don't have any more questions. That concludes it. I hope that it has been okay. Also, I just thought I'd point out, so my lashes, I don't know if anybody's noticed how big they are. Ones that I usually wear are Too Faced in the style Natural Flirt. I ordered the wrong ones. How did I do that? Too Faced lashes are actually really good because I like these, they're just very big. So yeah, I just thought I'd point out that my lashes are quite dramatic. I mean, I'm enjoying them, but they are very big. They're very fluffy though. I'm really enjoying like fluffy winged. I don't know if anybody can see, but I've been trying to do a wing. Yeah, I just thought I'd say, if anybody was wondering about my lashes, that they are Too Faced in the style Drama Queen. I'm just about to walk the dogs. Archie! Chi-Chi! Is he not jumping up? Chi!
See you later.
Bye. I'm gonna end it because I've really rambled. Really hope that you guys have enjoyed. Let me know if you do, or if you don't, like, that's fine as well. I'd rather know, because it's good to know what kind of content people enjoy to see. Enjoy to watch. Yeah, I hope that you guys have a lovely week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.